It is 2:00 p.m. exactly on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. I just left a voicemail for the Greenville Group, urgently requesting them to send maintenance up to this unit immediately because there's something very, very wrong with this water. I have a master's level education in biological sciences and an 18-year research career as a postmaster's level research scientist in biological sciences, specifically tumor biology, angiogenesis, and oncology drug development. I know when I'm dealing with water, and I know when I'm dealing with water that has contaminants in it, and this water cannot safely be used for any purpose. You can't drink it. It causes instant, immediate, and sudden violent cramping and stabbing pains under the rib cage, which means that it affects the diaphragm and the liver pretty quickly within a couple of minutes of ingestion. So this is contaminated. You also can't put your hand under it because it suddenly starts causing, as I've described in prior videos recently, burning, stinging, and tingling of the skin upon contact that then requires that it be rinsed off with pre-filled water bottles that were filled with water that does not have these contaminants in it. It also intermittently smells intensely foul, even though the stench does not come from anything around the sink. And when you go down the hall to the common bathroom and try to use the water there, that water doesn't stink. So if the smell is coming from you, then you would smell that everywhere you go, right? For all the low-life psycho trash who hate stalk my channel and can't stop making nasty, ignorant, unbelievably, embarrassingly stupid comments on my videos. They have such a low IQ. It's just painful to read their comments. Well, you know, if you shut the water off and the stench goes away, then the stench is obviously coming from the water. And it also does not occur anywhere else in this building. It only occurs from the water that comes out of this tap. So I've just requested that they send maintenance up here immediately. I can't use this tap. I can't use the water in my bathroom. It has the same burning, stinging, tingling contaminant that does not come from the water to the common bathrooms, even though those bathrooms are on the same floor and are presumably on the same plumbing line, right? There's a single pipe that brings water into this building from the water main out on the street, and that pipe shuttles water up to the 4th floor. And then there's another main pipe that shuttles water throughout the rest of this floor. These are called intake pipes. So why does the water to this tap smell absolutely horrible, causes burning, stinging, and tingling upon contact? If you drink it, you get immediate stabbing, cramping, just like a violent reaction within your body from ingesting that water that obviously shows some signs of chemical contamination. For the non-biologists out there, biological contamination takes a little bit longer to adversely affect your organ system, including your diaphragm and your pancreas and your liver, than chemical contaminants. Chemical contaminants act immediately, and they're often highly toxic, which is why the burning and stinging and tingling occurs upon contact with the skin. And then if you try to drink this water, whatever the chemical contaminant is that is being added in causes violent stabbing and cramping. This isn't science fiction. The Greenville Group is using a career criminal named Jasmine Irizarry, who has made written comments on my social media pages, bragging about how she's getting paid to do all kinds of nefarious criminal activities, including, as she put it, putting boogers in the water to this tap. She's also made other comments, very accurate in terms of reflecting the contamination that I experienced that has been coming out of the tap to this sink over the last few years, that nobody else should have knowledge of but myself. But Irizarry accurately described other specifics of the problems with the water to this tap and to my bathroom that nobody else has knowledge of, because I have not mentioned them publicly in any way. But she knows, and so she's the one who brags that she's doing this. She says she's not using a saddle valve, but that she is putting contaminants in the water to this tap. I can't use this water, so I just left a voicemail for the Greenville Group, and now I have to file a restraining order. I mean, this is unreal. It's not science fiction. If you want to contaminate the water to someone's tap, all you need to do is access the intake pipe. There is an intake pipe behind this wall. Clamp a saddle valve around it, and the saddle valve is an $18 piece of hardware that you can get at any hardware store. And then there's a nozzle attachment to the saddle valve, and you can pump in whatever filth and contamination you want into that pipe. It's not science fiction. It's not even a stretch of low IQ people to understand how a saddle valve works. And because Irizarry said she's not using a saddle valve, then you know that she has something to do with it.